Welcome back, Nemesis Gaming League, as we are here for play-in match day 2. We have Hypernova taking on Gladiators in this very first match tonight. First thing I want to do is I want to bring it over to Chunk, and I do want to say, how do we look? Because we're sitting in 2K for the first time ever. So if you guys can let us know in chat how we're looking on 2K, 1440p, it would be great. But Chunk, how you doing tonight?
Good. I'm excited that I believe this is the first team we'll see get eliminated from play-ins in postseason in overall, but I'm excited to see this game. Winner moves on to play Minotaurs. Or not Minotaurs. Or yeah, Minotaurs. Sorry. And loser goes home. So big
Yeah.
stakes on the line tonight.
Yes, indeed. Like you were saying, we do have a graphic of the play-in tournament and the postseason bracket to pull up. But as you were just saying, yes, Minotaurs did lose to the Rooks on Monday, so the Minotaurs are going to be playing Saturday. They're awaiting the winner of this game of Hypernova and Gladiators, the 9 and 10 seed. You got to win 2 here to secure that number 8 seed and have a destiny date with the number 1 seeded Origin. As we see here, the other matchups are already set here, Chunk. And what are you looking at this prospect bracket so far?
I'm getting deja vu to when I was prospect last season, and I think I see a little ember coming out of this matchup. I think that if they win this game, they're probably gonna beat the Minotaurs, and then they will have a lot of momentum going into the 1 versus 8 matchup against Origin. So whoever gets through this bottom bracket is gonna be a dangerous team to play.
I would definitely agree with that. It's a little bit of a tough situation for the 1 seed and the 2 seed, honestly, because the 7 seed has to play in a play-in match. The 8 seed obviously has to play in 2 play-in matches to get here, whether they lost their first one in the 7v8 matchup and then won it again against the winner of the 9v10, or if you're just coming in super hot and you won the 9v10 and then somehow managed to win that next one as well. But yeah, like you said, super huge for them, playing this week, actual matches, not just scrimming, whereas the rest of the field has a whole week off where it's just practice, free play. You might find some scrims. It's hard to find some scrims also because you don't want to scrim anyone on your side of the bracket, and the other trying to find times with the other teams. It's really tough. But coming into this, we have Hypernova, we have Gladiators. Hypernova did beat the Gladiators early on this season, Chunk. So what did you see this season between that Hypernova and Gladiator matchup where Hyper won 3-1 in match number 12?
I saw I think that was before Gallium made the move, if I'm not wrong. Gallium was a really good player for Hypernova, and then he ended up moving teams. Just wasn't feeling the vibe before a trade deadline, and I think after he left, it kind of made an impact on this team. They struggled a little bit before making this play-ins, and I think that it might be very different since they are playing with Tripwire instead of Gallium, but I think this Hypernova roster has what it takes to come back as they beat a lot of good teams at the end of the season.
Yes, they did. Hypernova is looking pretty good. They had a couple upsets towards the end of the season, and Gladiators had kind of bounced back and forth 1-2, lost 2, 1-2. But they had a really tough end of the schedule as well. But I do want to say Hypernova against Gladiators are all-time 6-2. Hypernova is looking to try to make a push back into the playoffs since season 8 was the last time that they made a push and an attempt at the playoffs here. Um, Having a
Been
little
a while.
difficulties with this lobby, but yes, it's been a while. Obviously, Chunk, you were on that Gladiators team last year. Um, that had a pretty good run yourself.
Yeah, I was a sub on that team. Wolfey, who is a player this season for Gladiators, has really been the lead for this team, kind of bringing stuff together. They've had great success making the play-ins here tonight. They didn't like fall off a bridge. Like a lot of, I think a lot of people expected them after CJ didn't return, and then Magic's moved up in a league, so the roster was kind of shaky after that. But I think they did a really good job remaking the roster to get here tonight.
Yes, they did. You know, they picked up Voakes pretty late in the season. So they got banned this one, Wolfey and Voakes. And then on the side of Hypernova, it does look like their new acquisition, they picked up Draco, and it looks like it's going to be um, Draco instead of Tripwire tonight.
Trip,
So it's going to
yeah,
be Creed, Draco, and Jaegers. And I kind of like that. I mean, Trip's a great player. I know they had chemistry off and on throughout the season. Trip was huge for them playing early on in the season. Um, but Draco's a really, really solid third man. And with how aggressive Creed and Jaegers can be, I think he's going to bring a little more balance to this Hypernova team. And I think they need that because this Gladiators team, having played them pretty recently, they are very aggressive. They love to bump when you least expect it. And I think you know, their counter play style that they have too is gonna definitely need a little bit more defensive pressure. So having Draco in for this matchup, maybe it was just a one-time thing, knowing Draco's a little more third man minded, but I definitely think it's gonna be helpful for them in this one.
yeah, 100%. Draco brings back that third man, like you said. But Wolfey, Nemesis Prospect League demo leader, Nemesis all-time demo leader. It's gonna be a hard night for him, for Draco here against Wolfey. I'd like to see how he plays against these demos and how they all rotate based off that.
Yeah, Wolfie definitely a big bumper, big demoer, as you said, number one all time in Nemesis. And then, you know, also his teammate Ban this one is averaging over 400 points per game. He's in the top 4 or 5 for player rating in prospect this season. But again, on the other side of things, you know, you have Jaegers and Creed who have had a very good season as well.
Yeah, 100%. They are, I believe, both top 5 in player rating. Or not top. Are they top 5? No. They're top 15. You gotta give them respect. But they are really good players in their own. I think they can both lead this team tonight. So I'd say it's a pretty even matchup tonight. It could go either way, in my opinion. What's your
Yeah.
prediction, Speed?
Oh, this is such a tough one. I I got the boys Jaegers, Voakes. I've known both of them for a very very long time. Um, but I think having played both of these teams and just knowing the play styles, I think Gladiators are going to be able to withstand this Hypernova pressure from Jaegers and Creed. I know they've had both amazing seasons. Jaeger's averaging over a goal a game, and Creed is averaging zero point 0.9 assists per game. Um, so, I mean, almost every single goal Jaegers is scoring is roughly probably coming from Creed. I know Gallium was there at the beginning of the season. However, I just think that this Gladiators team, their pressure that they're able to put on, their speed of play with Wolfie's bumps and demos. Voakes likes to bump and demo. You know, they're just very, very good. And then just having banned this one who has just been all over the field this season is going to be a really tough matchup for this Hypernova squad.
Yeah, Voakes has been a very consistent player, a very positional player. I've played with him a lot. Doesn't go for anything too mechy, but definitely a player you want on your team. Not known to make a lot of mistakes, so I think this will be a pretty clean game from the Gladiators. And I have them taking it 3-2 in total, I believe. I think that Hypernova will put up some games here just because of the firepower between Jaegers and Creed.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be really close. I can definitely, and I think this one's going to go to game five. We're in the play-ins, so as we said, it is only five, best of five still. So I definitely think it's going to be really, really close. Definitely think it's going to five. I think Gladiators are going to be able to take it in five. They're on the revenge arc. They went perfect through last season's regular season. Wolfey did, and then some unfortunate circumstances led to them being swept in the first round by a hot Ember team. But kickoff is underway here. That ball's rolling up just wide, and Jaeger's not able to get a touch. This one's going to get sent downfield. Jaeger's plenty of boost to corral. This one's going to send it over one. Voakes unable to get a touch. Jaeger sends that one down, but this one's up early. Not a lot of boost, though. Not able to follow it. Now, Draco missing that one, but Voakes is there to keep it in. It's going to 50 this one with Draco. This one gets a touch, but not the greatest. Now, Creed, Jaeger's trying to get a little counterattack here. Jaeger's up off the backboard, but not able to read it was Creed, but Creed trying to stay with it, and a flying Draco comes through. As the first 45 seconds here, we've seen a lot of pressure from both teams, and honestly, a lot of mistakes, and nothing yet able to come through here.
Yeah, I said it was gonna be a clean game. I did not expect this. Maybe a little nerves coming into this game. Elimination on the line. You want to play your best here. Make less mistakes than the opposite team is what both teams will look for here, as a lot of people miss speed.
Yeah, we're seeing misses left and right here. Definitely, I think the nerves of knowing that your season is on the line as a bump comes out from Creed. Voakes not able to flip into that one, and we have our first goal of this match.
100%. Both kind of left in here, left alone, as this one was left in a bad position where he got bumped out by Creed, and just a really unfortunate defensive possession there for the Gladiators.
We've seen a lot of whiffs, a lot of mistakes coming out here, and that one definitely hurt the Gladiators, as we've seen low boost, poor boost management, the misses in the midfield. It's not something you want to see, but both of these teams definitely have the ability to snap out of it. It's still a minute and a half into this game. They're just getting warmed up, feeling each other out as Voakes, Wolfey go for a pinch ban. This one trying to get the redirect, but no, he's not able to. But over to Wolfey, who's going to send this one off the backboard. Jaeger's there's to corral. Voakes, Jaeger's going to send this one out, get the mid boost. Doesn't try to 50, and this one's going to be sent downfield by This one. Creed having to make a touch, as that one was looking to go off crossbar. This one back past to Voakes, but Voakes just a little too close, not able to corral that one. It's going to get sent down to Wolfey. He's going to get a touch to the corner, but Creed's there, gets a soft touch. Can he follow it? No. Draco trying to make an attempt. That one's not going to succeed either. Now Wolfey passing it over to This one. It's going to leave it, send it to the corner. Wolfey pops it over to This one's there. No, that one's going to get sent away by Jaegers. Now This one's going to have to send this one back to the corner as we reach that halfway point here, Trunk, and we are still 1-0.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen a lot of like upfield play from Wolfey here. He's playing very patient, very more team oriented, getting a lot of passes here. But that's not his bread and butter. I want to see Wolfey go for some demos here and open up their counterattacks, as they have been on that defensive side more than they've been on the offense.
I would agree with you there. Wolfey sitting back, kind of playing more of a third man role as he dives on that one, trying to make something happen. This one sends it down, but Jaegers is there and just flips it up in the midfield. No one there for the Gladiators, but Jaegers is going to try to rush onto that one, and he sends it right back down to the Gladiators. Wolfey up, not able to get that one either. Now Draco sends this one middle for Creed. Creed's got a little bit of boost to work with. He gets the dunk off the backboard. Is there anyone there to finish it? Yes, Jaegers is there, but that one's going to be sent away by Wolfey, as Voakes has lost connection, and we are going to see this new feature that we have here, as the admin of the match, our streamer tonight, Mr. Rockerman, notices it. We have the pause going on here. Gallium, Chunk, sorry. I saw Gallium's name in chat. Pretty cool feature that we have here, Chunk.
Yeah, a rare epic games making the game better moment, in my opinion. I really like this feature just because it really helps with all these league games. You can just be able to pause the game and make it more fair. Often in the past, we would have to reset games if someone DC'd in the first couple minutes, but if there is someone in the game who's like admin, we can pause these matches and make them more realistic.
Yeah, and I love seeing it when they do it in RLCS and stuff. And it's really helpful. It's really nice, and to be able to emphasize and utilize that here now, especially for the postseason, is amazing. We don't have to worry about starting a whole new game. It keeps us on track with our schedule, as especially when we get into the actual playoffs where we're playing best of sevens. Um, that timeline is very strict to stick to, and to be able to eliminate, instead of having to play a whole nother 3.5 minutes over again, or a team, trying to complain and lose a game because someone disconnected and they weren't able to join back quick enough. It's just really unfortunate. But there is, obviously 5 minutes for the player to come back. That is part of the new rule. And then we will be restarting from the kickoff with 135 left, um, at 1-0. Um, but we'll give them their 5 minutes to try to join back, and then if they cannot join back, we'll just resume at 2v3 for the remainder of this game. Um, and if they can't join back, hopefully their sub is ready and able to play. But there is no sub. Um, I believe I didn't catch that. I don't believe the sub is able to join in place of them for the reset. It would have to be after the game.
Yeah, not mid match. It would have to be the next game. But I believe that this rule next season, or not the rule, but this change, stat sheets rejoice. We will no longer have to replay games. I know servers can still crash, which I know has happened a lot during the season. I think it happened Minotaur's Hypernova earlier on. But other than that, it really just helps with keep consistency with all the stats, all the points, all the juicy info we like to bring up on stream.
Yeah, exactly. And here we are. 2 minutes left for Voakes to join back, by the way, for everyone sitting at home wondering. Um, I just love it. It makes everything so much easier, even for non-stream matches, right? Able to um the party leader is gonna have to be on top of it if you're the party leader and hosting the lobby for sure. We could run into some discrepancies of, you know, if a player disconnects from the other team, um, and the pause not happening right away, or them not wanting to pause, which obviously is still going to be paused. We're going to be able to see the replay. We're going to be able to tell that a player disconnected. It just going to get messy. Can get messy if a captain slash player doesn't want to pause it. Um, but this
Yeah,
is just
hundred
really
percent.
cool to see. It was unfortunate. I actually DC'd on Monday in my match, and we didn't have this. Thankfully, it didn't hurt us. Um, but if it did hurt us and then this came out, I definitely would have been a little salty.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great feature. In the future, I think maybe like we'll have a GM come in and like host the lobby if he recognizes something like as someone keeping close attention to the game. I think he or she, whoever is watching, can pause the game and really it be neutral, so no other no team captain will complain. I think that would help with these games, but it might get messy other than that, but I know a lot of games will be normal. This will just be like a rare occurrence.
Yeah, and I'm loving this right now. We're getting to see right now what's going to happen if a player does not join back in time. We're going to resume from play at a disadvantage here for the Gladiators, 2v3. Um, Voakes is still allowed to join the match before the timer hits 0 if he comes back, as we are resuming here. Ball in play, no, not from kickoff here, as Ball is now in the corner. It's a little weird. Nice flow of play, but Gladiators are able to handle it well. They are down a player still. It's going to be ban this one, and Wolfey taking on Hypernova currently, as this one's going to get sent down. Creed, not a lot of boost, but he does pick up the middle boost, flicks it across. He put it on. No, he can't. And ban this one's going to send this away. Wolfey, soft touch to the corner. Ban this one, puts it across in front of his net. Thankfully, Creed was not there to read that one. Jaegers sends this one off the backboard. Creed. I'm getting a little laggy. I just lagged out. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, the game's been really interesting. Just they've had to play it 2v3, and I know that changes a lot with rotations. Changes the entire dynamic of the game, as Jaegers will put one in, keeping this game out of reach if Voakes does come back and rejoin. But just big demos coming out of the 2v3. Some people may call it cringe. They're just doing what it takes to win, in my opinion.
Yeah. Crazy. I even got DC'd as a caster here.
Yeah, as Bandits 1 is up for this one. Looking for a reset. Going for some risky plays here when they're down a player. As Wolfey a little too far up, he may get punished here, but he'll send it away. They're going to have to look for some sort of counter attack, I think, here, in order to get a goal and maybe equal this up, but it's a little late in the game. I'd like to see them just kind of settle this game down, try to go for a game 2 with all the players available if they can. But I think this might be a wrench in the plan of Gladiators, just not able to find what they wanted here in game 1 speed, and 100% think that if Voakes doesn't come back, it's going to be even rougher for them going on.
Yeah, it definitely can be rough for the Gladiators if Voakes, excuse me, is not able to come back and join this one. He still hasn't joined the lobby. Gladiators sub is Kingston. I don't know how much time they've got with him. I know he was a fairly new addition to this roster as well. So hopefully they've got some practice, some scrim time in with Kingston. But this is definitely an uphill battle for the Gladiators if Voakes can't come back. Super unfortunate. You got to try to keep the morales up too after this. You know, at least we had that pause feature. It was able to give them a chance to get Voakes back into this game without any delay, without, you know, any downside. But Hypernova is going to take game number 1 against the Gladiators. They are up 1-0 in the series. We now have to wait to see what is going to happen with the Gladiators, whether Voakes is able to join back, whether their sub is here, because this could get really unfortunate, as Voakes has joined the lobby, so it looks like he is back up and running, and hopefully he has no more issues moving forward here, Chunk.
Yeah, 100%. Just unfortunate. I know he was on sketchier Wi-Fi early in their season, but I believe he is back with better Wi-Fi. Just an unfortunate event here, but I'd like to see how you bounce back from that if you're Gladiators. Definitely took a dent in their mental, so I think it depends how they come back from this game 2 on if they can even this up.
Yeah, as Voakes looking to make something happen, that one's going to get dunked out right away. Voakes again sends this one middle. Wolfey's up, trying to put it on. No, that one's going to get 50'd, as Gladiators, they are hungry. They're thirsty for this early goal. As Ben, this one's going to let this go back in the corner. He's going to corral it. He gets it past one. Can he get it past another? Yes, he does. The pass over to Wolfey in the middle, and we're going to see Wolfey scoring. He's not just a demo bump machine, but he can also put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, it looks like today he's playing more team-oriented, ready for the pass there. So a really solid play by Ban this one, being patient, getting it past one and getting it middle to Wolfey to give them momentum here in this game that I was looking for. So I think they can ride this and really even up the series.
Yes, they can, as Wolfey's trying to get another one. He's going to bounce shot that one. That one goes high. Creed gets a touch, and he's going to send that one down. Ban, this one's going to keep it in with a 50. Trying to get back to the ball. Creed, Ban, 50 that one, but right out to Wolfey, who has plenty of boost. He's up, sends it off the backboard. That one's going to go right down in front, but Voakes has to be patient, as Draco was sitting right there. Now Ban this one up up again, looking for the double tap himself. He does, he gets it middle, but Creed's gonna send that one up high. Wolfey's there, sends it high as well. Voakes can't find it, as this one's gonna go back the other way. Draco gets a great 50 there. Wolfey is back to send this one to the sidewall, but not great, as Creed's now gonna get the shot on. Now Gladiators looking to have a counter as their own, as and this one sends it down to Voakes, who's gonna put this one middle, but that one's gonna get sent away, as we're seeing Gladiators come out full force here in game number 2, Junk.
100%. They were all up there with no boost, leaving themselves open for a counterattack. As bad this one will put one in off a drop down from a rainbow from that that little post up there that we see. Never mind, I didn't see the 50, my bad. But a great reaction time from Banthisone to put them up here and really set the pace for this game 2 speed.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate if you're Jaegers. You're trying to get the 50 there, and it hits off of your car, goes up, and comes down right in front of your net. Banthisone having the momentum, able to read that one way easier than the Hypernova's defender sitting in net, as this one's going to get sent down. Creed's going to miss this one. Voakes racing with Draco, but no. Draco gets just enough of that, as this one's now going to get sent down to the midfield. Draco pops it over another one. Wolfey there. Draco gonna send that one middle, as a double commit comes out by the Gladiators on the defensive end, but it's not gonna hurt them, as Creed and Jaegers both rushing to the corner. Oh no, this could be trouble, but no, that one's gonna get sent away. Now Voakes 50 this one to the corner. Creed, not a lot of boost, has to take his time. Gonna 50 it with Wolfey, gets it straight up in the air. Ban this one quick to that one. He's gonna dunk him, but Draco's sitting in net, as another team bump is coming out here from Hypernova. Is that one gonna punish him? And it is, and Wolfey is going to put the Gladiators up 3-0.
It looks like they might have been a little cold coming off that last game, as Gladiators have just put on the pressure on and on this game. Making what I will believe to be a equal series as we've got going on. But I'd like to see how Hypernova now kind of shakes off that ice, shakes off the rust they had. I'd like to see how they can respond to this resurge of Gladiators.
Yeah, and hopefully right here, starting with Draco, who gets it past one, continuing the air dribble. Does he get the bump? He does get the bump, and he is instantly going to give a little life to this Hypernova squad with a great solo play.
Yeah, it was a question coming in the night if he was going to play. A lot of people thought Tripwire was going to play, but Draco making an impact on why he should be the one playing in tonight's game, as he makes a phenomenal solo play there.
As another shot comes out there by Creed, and Banthisone makes a touch. Gonna send that one away, but dangerous, as that one gets sent back to the middle, but Banthisone back on this one. Creed alone, low boost, able to just get up and send that one back to his corner, as still has not a lot of boost, and that one's gonna get left in the middle for Voakes, but Voakes gonna send that one high and leave that one for Banthisone now, as Wolfey sends that one off of the crossbar. We hear that one ringing. Now Draco looking for another attack, but he's gonna get bumped, but it doesn't matter, as Creed is waiting downfield for that touch.
Yeah, Voakes kind of left in a 3v1 there, has to make something happen. Plays very fast, and unfortunately they get it over him, and just an easy goal to capitalize here for Hypernova, as they are back in this game, and it is anyone's game now. Both teams have shown insane pressure this game. It's about who can finish this match.
As Creed, not the greatest of touches, but he's able to get the 50 with Voakes to keep that one out of the back of his net, as there's a minute 20 left. They're still down a goal, plenty of time left. They don't need to panic, as a panic comes out there from, I believe, Draco, and that one's gonna get put in the back of the net there by Banthisone, as we see I was Creed who went lunging there and left Jaegers in a bad spot.
Yeah, not the spot you want to be left in if you're that third man. Just a really unfortunate play. It's all the power is in that shooter's hands, and it's just really hard to play. But I think that they need to clean up their defense here if they not leave their teammates in positions like that. So in order to keep these games closer than it has been.
Yes, as I do agree, the defenses on both sides have been a little rough at times, as we have 45 seconds remaining here. Hypernova is down by 2 goals, That one's going to get sent down to the midfield bin. This one's up early, and a bump's coming out from Voakes. And this is how the Gladiators can be so dangerous, is with those little back bumps.
Yeah, just gets it over. The last man, last man has to be wary of the guy in the net as a Voakes just clears the way for Banthisone as he has 3 goals in this game. As he has shown dominance here in this game too.
Yes, 3 goals from Banthisone, 4 assists coming out from Voakes after he was DC'd in that first game. And Hypernova needs to find some momentum here. We really need to see Jaegers step it up. He has only 58 points here as we're in the final 20 seconds, as another shot's going to come out from Voakes. And this game is all but over. Creed going to get that touch off his backboard. And as I stated, you know, Jaegers sitting at 58 points, wasn't really able to get much going in this game. Not a lot of ball touches, and that's a player, if you're Hypernova, that you really need to get going, as Creed is going to put in his 2nd goal of the game, give them a little momentum here heading into game number 3.
Yeah, 100%. As I saw Banthisone a little laggy in their net. I don't know if he kind of said the game was over and I don't want to play, or if we're gonna have another disconnect, but you have to be wary in these matches as everything is on the line. As a Creed with 6 saves, 786 points, doing everything he can to keep that game close, but I think that we saw a lot more physicality here from the Gladiators in this game, and it really changed up the entire trajectory of the series.
It really did. You know, they had super unfortunate game number 1. Voakes, I think, had something to prove after disconnecting, saying, hey guys, game 1, my bad. I know we let Hypernova take that first one. I disconnected. I couldn't get back on. But he made up for it there in that game number 2. He had 4 assists. He had that huge bump there that we saw at the end. And him and Banthisone just really went off there in game number 2. And Wolfey had a great overall showing. You know, Wolfey still had 2 goals himself, as we're now game number 3. The series is tied up 1-1. And you really want to win this one, Trunklight, as winner of this game number 3 goes on match point and is 1 game closer to keeping your season alive and fighting on Saturday night for that number 8 seed.
Yeah, no one's health bar is blinking red yet. They still have a game to give up, but you do not want to go down and give the other team an advantage here in that final match. And as Wolfey will get one through the middle, a miscommunication, but a great great hit from Jaegers, I guess, to his teammate. I thought his teammate hit that, but great force from Banthisone to send it middle as he won it to Wolfey, and they will get an early goal here to go up speed.
Yes, they will, as Jaegers not quite able to get the touch. As we did talk about that, Jaegers didn't have the greatest of game 2s. Had a tough touch there. I know he had to really dive on it, but Jaegers trying to get himself on the board, trying to get a little momentum, but this one's going to come back the other way here for the Gladiators. But Banthisone didn't have a lot of boost to try to make anything happen with that. Now Jaegers going to take this one over. Gonna go to the corner, looking for a pass middle, gets it past one, gets it down. No, this one's gonna block this one. Has plenty of boost to work with, but he's gonna dangerously flip that one back towards his net, and Wolfey has to dive on that one and just make a small touch. As this one's gonna sit in the corner awkwardly for a little bit. Creed, not a lot of boost. Gonna leave it for Jaegers. Gets it around 1. Can he get another touch? No. Voakes is gonna send that one down to the corner as Creed's able to keep it in. Hypernova really looking to get one. Jaegers gets met in the middle by Banthisone. He's trying to get a pinch. He does. He's going to send this one down. But Creed is there. Sends this one off the corner wall to Voakes. But no, again, not greatest touches and clears here from Hypernova, as that one's going to go up over Creed. And Creed not in the greatest position there. And Gladiators, again, going to strike here in game 3.
Yeah, a lot of 50s, a lot of variables that not everyone can predict, but a great job by Banthisone to capitalize on that and put them up 2 in this game as he out 50 that guy in net. And I think that you got to stop ban this one if you're Hypernova. And also a thing I've been noticed from Hypernova, a lot of solo plays. I think that Gladiators have been playing better as a cohesive unit than this Hypernova team tonight. I'd like to see Hypernova step up and make some plays together.
Yeah, I would agree. There's been a lot of solo attempts. We've also seen not the greatest of clears and touches from the Hypernova squad. Poor boost management. They really just need to, I think, like you said, work on some team plays. Their boost management hasn't been the greatest there. As a passing play comes out there from Jaegers, but Creed was pre-jumped way too early and unable to make that read, as this one's going to get sent down into Hypernova defensive end. A bump comes out from Voakes, but Wolfey's not there to swallow that one up, as the net was left wide open. Creed, great, not the greatest touch, kind of sends it backwards. Thankfully, Wolfey not able to get the greatest touch either. This one's going to be sent away by Jaegers, but again, not the clears just aren't there from Hypernova. We're seeing a lot of pre-jumps. We're seeing a lot of low boost situations where they're just not able to quite get the touches they're looking for here, Chunk.
Yeah, 100%. When you aren't able to get that first touch you want, it doesn't clear up the food for you to go up and get boost, and just really leaves you limited on your boost options and leaves you in bad situations on defense with low boost, able to not make even more clears, good, good clears. And I think that they need to really find a way to get those clears, and if they do that, I think it's open for them, as that was open for Voakes.
As folks is going to say, thank you, Creed. Again, not the greatest of touches coming out from Hypernova. Third man pushed up a little too far, and the combination of being pushed up too far and not getting the touch that you're looking for is going to set up Voakes there for a wide open net. Give themselves a 3-0 lead here. They're looking to take game number 3 and go up 2-1 in the series after they lost game 1. But Jaegers has one in net. He does get the 50. And again, a late resurgence here coming from Hypernova.
Yeah, we saw it last game, like you said. Pan this one used his boost to demo an attacker in his side, and it just left him in an awkward position, and Jaeger's able to capitalize on that. Could we see a 1-minute comeback here in the play-in speed?
It's very possible. Hypernova had a great bit at it last game, but just wasn't enough, as this one's going to be put on from Ban this one, and that's going to go off the post. Jaegers trying to make something happen, but didn't have the boost. Again, third man coming out from Hypernova, not a lot of boost. This one, Voakes, no boost either, and this one is going to end up getting sent down into the midfield, but Wolfey's there, turns on it. Creed not able to get the touch, but he's going to take it over to the corner. It's going to be met by Voakes. No, he's going to get it past him. Draco gets the 50. Ban this one. Plenty of boost, though. He's going to send this one to his back corner. Let Voakes corral that one. He's up early. Gets it past another one. Voakes, can he beat the defender? No, he can't. Jaegers is going to send this one down as there's 15 seconds left. Jaegers needs to get this goal in now to give them a chance to try to tie this one. And he's going to leave it for Creed. And a great play by Hypernova to be within one goal now with 11 seconds to go, Chunk.
Good communication there, as Ban this one was just kind of pre-jumped, and Voakes a little too far back to make that save and just puts him in reaches. We've seen a member of Hypernova struggle in both of these games, as we see Draco here with only 86 points so far. I'd like to see an equal stat line, as they will put the ball down here and be on match point speed. Very dangerous here for Hypernova. They need to find an answer.
They do need to find an answer, and that is a great point you said. We're seeing two players on this Hypernova roster who are really standing out in their games, but their third man just can't seem to find themselves into the groove with the other two. We saw it last game with Jaegers. He wasn't able to do much with Draco and Creed. We saw it this game. Draco not able to get into much of the action with Creed and Jaegers. And Gladiators, just after game 1, after the disconnect, they're just, all three of them are finding their groove. They're all being in the participation here. They all had a goal, and then we saw a couple saves come out here from Ban this one and Wolfey in this match. pretty even on shots. I believe it was 5-5, maybe 5-6 in favor of Gladiators and that last one. So Hypernova's getting chances, but they're not getting great chances.
Yeah, 100%. We saw a little communication there. We saw Banthisone kind of out of position and them capitalize. I'd like to see them get capitalization early in the game. Being down can affect that mental a lot, and it just really changes the effect of the game.
It does, as a early attempt coming out from Hypernova, but it's going to be denied by the Gladiators. This one's going to be sent down to Creed. Creed trying to get it past 2. He can't. Jaegers puts this one on net. Wolfey, can he get back to it? No. And we're seeing Jaegers get on the board early here for Hypernova. And if you're a Hypernova fan, this is exactly what you wanted to see.
Yeah, we see Gladiators committed too far up, just ready for an attack, but they get counterattacked, and really no one there, no one home to put away the Jaeger shot from that.
As Voakes trying to get a touch on that one, but no, he's not able to. Just out off of the reach of the front of his car. Wolfey up early, sends this one off the backboard. Voakes up early with him, but that one's going to go just high too. Draco, not a lot of boost, is going to get 50 with from Ban this one. Creed still up, able to get it past 1, but he's going to get demoed for his efforts. And Jaegers and Draco both commit on that one. It's up for Wolfey. He can't find it as he was getting challenged as well from Hypernova. Now Hypernova is going to get pre-jumped here early from Ban this one, but right to Creed, who's following that play up, and he's going to slot it in for their second goal in this game number 4.
Creed has been dominant with the follow-ups. We saw one late last game. We see one here. Just able to capitalize off these plays. And if you're Gladiators now, you're kind of seeing a lot of momentum. This could get scary, especially if you let them get the game and go into Game 5.
Yeah, we've seen it here. Gladiators, they're up 2-1 in the series, but they are such an aggressive team that we've seen how the play style can easily be countered, as we've seen 2 counter plays come out from Hypernova, as we just see 2 more Gladiators players dive on that boot ball with not a lot of boost, and is going to put Wolfey in a bad position, but he does well to deal with it. He's going to get it cleared down the field into the corner. Demo comes out from Jaegers. Creed gets it past 1. He's going to send it middle, but no one there to collect that pass, as Draco sends this one downfield. He's trying to get it past Ban this one. He's not quite able to. Draco gets a touch middle. Jaegers not able to follow that one well, as he just gets a touch, and it's going to be sent downfield now for the Gladiators, looking to make an attempt. But that one's going to be saved by Creed. And a 50 comes out here between Voakes, as this one's going to get sent over Voakes' head now, as we have 3 minutes left in this game. Chunklight, Hypernova's up 2-0, and we've only seen 2 shots come out from the Gladiators so far.
Yeah, I thought what we were going to see there was what they've been doing so well, sustained pressure, just kind of boost starving them in their own half. But I would like to see more of that playstyle here from Gladiators. It has worked so effectively this series, and I'd like to see some more demos. We kind of went away from it, but it kind of worked, so you got to give them props. But you need to find something to cut this lead down and even up this game.
As Creed's trying to get this one middle, he does to Jaegers, but that one's going to be saved by Wolfey, and now he's got a counterattack, but he's going to pop it off of the ceiling. But Voakes is there. He gets the touch. He can't follow it. Can Ban this one get a touch? Yes, he can. Creed, 0 boost, gets the slightest of touches, and Wolfey's going to send this one up off the backboard. He gets the double tap, and he's going to bring life to this Gladiators team with 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Creed didn't get the best of clears. Draco just kind of left in an awkward scenario where Wolfey just perfectly pops it over, and Wolfey, great play for a prospect here to make that. Just really able to capitalize when his team needed it the most.
He does, as now Gladiators a little life here in this game number 4 on Forbidden Temple. Ban this one, sends it over to the Voakes, off the backboard to Wolfey, and that was going to be deflected into the net, as I believe that was Jaegers in net, who couldn't quite, no, it was Draco, cut Jaegers off here and is going to send that one in.
Yeah, Draco just looked a little bit awkward coming back into the play, and really just got caught off guard with a powerful shot on net and redirects it in his own net. So I'd like to see him maybe make up for it, the mistake here, and set them up again as they need to find an answer now to this Gladiators quick offense.
Yes, as they tried right there. Great pass comes out from Draco to Jaegers, but that one's going to go off of the post as now a counterattack's coming out here from the Gladiators, but that one's going to get sent away and cleared out. Wolfey gets it past 2. Creed's going to send this one down to the corner, relieve some pressure. Ban this one, gets it by 1, but he's going to get demoed and give Creed plenty of time to work with here. Creed not the greatest of touches yet again, and going to get dunked out by Voakes. Wolfey's up, gets a 50 with Jaegers. Draco misses his first touch. Ban this one, sends it middle, gets the double tap. Is there someone there from the Gladiators? Yes, Voakes is, but they're gonna come out and send it with a whiff as final minute remaining. We are 2-2 here. Creed takes it into the corner, trying to get the 50. He does, but great 50 by Voakes, keeping it in his offensive half. And this one's now going to get sent downfield to ban this one with not a lot of boost. Draco's trying to create havoc, getting some bumps and demos, but Voakes is still there to get the 50 and send it down away as we're in the final 30 seconds here, Chunk. 2-2. What team do you think is going to find a way in the final 30 seconds to put this one away?
Gladiators have had insane pressure. We haven't seen this Hypernova team been able to get off their own half. They've been having to deal with this relentless attack, but I think if you're Hypernova here, it's important to keep in your mind this is still an even game. It may look like they've got a lot of momentum, but you got to keep in mind that this game is still very winnable for you.
It is 4 seconds remaining. This one's going to get sent to the middle. Ban this one has plenty of boost, but Draco's going to get the beat there, and this ball's still up. Are we going to see overtime, or are we going to see a 0-second heroics? No, that one's going to drop, and we are going to see overtime here in game number 4 on Forbidden Temple. Gladiators 2, Hypernova 2. Hypernova's season is on the line. You lose, you go home. This one's going to get sent off of the backboard. Draco with a great clear. Ban this one, flipping at it. Draco, double. No, he's going to miss. And Ban this one's going to send this one down to the midfield. But Creed's there with plenty of boost. Gets the ceiling pinch, but he's not able to get the double. Jaegers there. No, Draco there. He's going to give this Hypernova what they need. And we are going to see game 5.
Big step up from Draco when they needed him the most after a kind of mistake from him. Big step up here, and we see, like we were talking about, not able to keep up, but Hypernova, very equal performance. Everyone able to get involved and really participate as a team in this one, as they all had 1 goal and 1 assist speed.
Yes, they did. And this is what we were talking about. If the Hypernova roster was going to succeed, they all needed to have an important impact in a singular game together. And they were all within 40 score of each other. Like you said, everyone had a goal. Everyone had an assist. Almost everyone had a save. They were doing their parts. They also outshot the Gladiators in this one 12-5. And it looked, that's kind of shocking to me, Trunklate, as it looked like Gladiators had a lot of pressure. They just weren't able to get shots off.
100%. They had so much pressure. They had great offensive attacks, just not able to really shoot the ball and get pressure here. But I think that if you're Gladiators, you got to give yourself props in that game. You were down 0-2. You made it a fight. And I'd like to see them make that a fight here in this game 5 speed. I'd like to see them step up here. And we could get our prediction right, 3-2, but this is anyone's game from what I've seen so far.
I would have to agree with that. Now, Chunk, I'm going to ask you, who, now that we've seen how this series has played out, Hypernova coming in with that little momentum here with the game 4 overtime win, who do you have in this game number 5 as Gladiators are going to strike early, 10 seconds into this one?
Yeah, this might have changed my answer. Voakes just missed it, caught Draco off guard, and good follow-up from Ban this one. But I was going to say Hypernova if they can do what they did last game and get everyone involved, but they are finding themselves in a hole now, Speed.
They are, but it's still early. It's only 10 seconds in. They are coming off of that momentum, although Gladiators did force 2 goals late to force it to overtime as Draco missing that one. Wolfey there. No, Creed's going to 50 this one out, but Voakes is still there. He's going to send this one middle. Creed, not a lot of boost coming off the backboard. Voakes gets the touch off the back ball, and he's going to give the Gladiators a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, when I was saying Voakes is not mechanical, I did not expect him to hit that. What a phenomenal shot from Voakes. That has to be disheartening if you're Hypernova. Just a great play from Voakes to set them up too.
Beautiful shot from Voakes. And that's one of those shots where he was attempting to make that happen, but you look at it and you go, there's no way. And he just found a way. That's what Voakes does. He finds a way. He doesn't want to make this game number 5 close. He wants to make it convincing, give themselves momentum heading into Saturday night, as this one's going to get sent off the backboard, but it's going to be cleared by Ban. This one left in the midfield. Draco puts this one, but again, sent away by Ban. This one by Hypernova, staying on the ball in the offensive end, sent off the backboard yet again by Hypernova, and that one's going to be turned away by Wolfey this time, as Gladiators and Voakes is going to send this one downfield and relieve some of that pressure now. But Hypernova, they know what's on the line. Can they make it happen? No, they're going to leave this one in the middle of the field, and Voakes is going to send that one off the post, as Hypernova really needs to get going now. They've had great chances in the last minute or so, but they still haven't found one in the back of the net.
Yeah, you gotta be grateful though if you're Hypernova, as Voakes has sent 2 off the post so far in this game. I would like to see them capitalize here. They they've got a little bit of pressure, but nothing too convincing so far. Not a good shot coming out, but I'd like to see this team step up here and make a difference. They need to get one here soon.
Yeah, I think we've seen Creed for this Hypernova roster. He's looked really, really good all night long. I really think Jaegers needs to be the one to step up and give Creed a little help. Maybe Draco, as Draco was looking for that, but that one's going to be sent away yet again by this Gladiators defense. Their backboard defense has been unreal, and they're just not giving Hypernova any clean shots, any clean rebounds, as Hypernova trying to force something down here. Draco 15ing it in the corner with Voakes. Jaegers is up early. Can he get the touch? No. Wolfey's going to send this one down. Creed up early, 50s this one, but no one's going to be up for Hypernova, and Ben, this one's going to send it down to Voakes, but Voakes doesn't have boost, and he's going to elect to try to get a bump. This one also sent off the backboard, and we're just seeing Gladiators pressure and pepper this Hypernova's backboard.
Yeah, 100%. If you're Hypernova, you got to get a shot. What I've seen here from Gladiators, a lot of people being on that backboard, they do not want to let up a double or another pass off that backboard, so maybe if you're Hypernova, you gotta find some infield pass, find something on the ground, find a follow-up or something, as Jaegers will get a good solo play here, but it will be sent off.
Yeah, Jaegers, again, we talked about it. Hypernova going and electing for solo plays. Jaegers had 2 beat, he had plenty of boost, and he had both his teammates pushing up with him. And instead of trying to pass that one mid, he elects to go for the solo play. And that one's going to be turned away, as we have now a minute and a half left. Hypernova still putting on the pressure, outshooting Gladiators 9-4 so far, but still have nothing on the scoreboard to show for it, as a double commit comes out here. Jaegers and Draco, but that one's going to be sent down to Draco. Trying to find Jaegers in the corner, but he doesn't have the boost to follow it up. Ban this one in Creed. Creed's going to send that one off of his corner, but right to Voakes, and Voakes is going to slot that one in, and I think that one might be the dagger. I know there's still a minute and 8 here, Chunk Light, but it's a 3-0 deficit.
Yeah, Voakes has stepped up here for his game 1 disconnect. He has 600 points so far, just showing pure dominance. 2 goals, 1 assist, 4 saves, showing up here in this game. And you can see why he dropped down from Chally, as he is still competing at a high level here in Prospect.
He really is, as Hypernova needs to get something going now. Creed trying to make something happen, but not a lot of boost. He's going to elect to try to get that pass out to Jaegers, but he doesn't have boost. He's going to collect that midfield. Now, Draco in the midfield. Can he get something going? He's going to get beat from the back challenge from Wolfey, and this Gladiators defense is just swarming the offense of Hypernova, and they're going to counter, and Voakes is going to get his hat trick. 100% goal participation. Gladiators are running away with this game 5.
Yeah, guess who? It's Voakes. Great plays from him all game. We've seen a dominant defensive performance. They've been outshot, but they have been able to really stop all the flurry of attacks we've seen. And they've been dominating this game 4, and or game 5, and really just shown that they were the better team here in the series. Speed.
Yes, they did. As you know, this is all but over. Just ball, 10 seconds, ball hitting the ground. Hypernova had a great season. They started to, struggle a little bit. Gallium requested a trade, and really since the Gallium left, they haven't been able to find too much of that synergy anymore. And Gladiators battled out a tough series. Unfortunate that they DC'd in game 1. They lost a little momentum there, giving Hypernova that early 1-game lead, and then bounced right back, found a way, won game 3. Hypernova surged back, and we saw great moments of Hypernova surging. And we obviously saw why they were here in the play-ins and why they were ready for this. However, that is going to do it here for this first game. We are slightly behind schedule, Chunk Light, so we're going to wrap this one up real quick. We will be back in just a few minutes with some more Nemesis play-in action.